Hello, I'm Shorty Q, and if you're new, why no? I hope you become part of the Q crew. It's free to subscribe. This is a video that I know you guys have asked me for, and I have been trying to look in the archives and get all the videos, but let's get straight into it. I hope you guys decide to subscribe. So, I didn't find the video of when I was using flashcards, and I didn't find the video of my son when he was younger, around younger than 4 years old, when he was reading along with me while I was reading to him. But I'm just going to go ahead and break down. I did find some videos, and I'm just going to go ahead and break down how I taught my child how to read at a very early age. My child, I noticed, was able to catch on very quickly and was very intrigued in, colors and things like that pretty quickly. And I was like, I kind of played upon that. And I always planned to have my child reading early. I was like, I'm just going to try the flashcards that I've been seeing other people use, and they advise that children, when they're young, they pick up information like sponges. Now, I'm not a teacher or anything like that. I'm just a mother. And I had a very strong passion to want to make sure that my child knew how to read, or especially read, because then if I'm not able to teach my child, then they're able to read up on it themselves, was my main goal. And I wanted to make sure my child gets ahead. I do more than just have taught my child to read, but we'll get more into that. But my main thing is I wanted my child to have a head start so that they won't struggle as much in school. But I didn't know how he was just going to skyrocket in it. When he was a baby, like a little infant, I didn't know how to play with babies. I was always very nervous around babies, and I just didn't know how to play with them. I thought it was silly to do little baby sounds. Now I do it, of course. Of course, when you become a mother, you get accustomed to it. But I didn't do it a lot, actually, at all. I enunciated and I spoke clearly to my child because I didn't want them to still speak baby language as they got older. So that's one of the things that I did with that. I didn't speak a lot of baby talk all around a baby. I spoke clearly and I enunciated basically all the time. I spoke to my child as a little person. And, of course, I did little baby stuff, a little bit, but not a lot, to the point where they didn't understand the language that we were speaking for communication. So one of the things that people noticed about my son very early on is that he, around a little bit after 1, he was speaking pretty clearly and well, pretty early. And I actually had a video for that. If I find it, I'll put it in here. So as you can see, he speaks pretty well. And, as a mother, you can hear when your child is trying to say certain words. So you will go ahead and say those words for them to make sure they say them properly. And so one of the things that I first started off doing, it was like a tier thing. As soon as my child caught on to this, I went ahead and went to the next step. So the first thing I did was for my child to recognize the letters. So when I sung the ABCs, I didn't sing the ABCs fast. I sing them slowly. A, B, C, D, right? And I made it fun. And I was let the child stay engaged and be silly. Even sometimes I would remix some of the songs to make it more engaging and more fun. Do I remember some of them? No. Like, how the ABCs go. I may go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, things like that. But for the most part, I wanted to make sure once he recognized the letters, then I went into how does those letters sound. So we know A, then I would say A, says A. And then B, we go A, B, and I'll make sure that they're like saying the actual word or the letter right. Like A for A, B for B, C for C. So I'll go through that, and I use flashcards. Some of the flashcards, they would have the same color as the letter would represent for. There was some other flashcards. All these flashcards were from Dollar Tree. Every single one of them. I got flashcards for the alphabet. I got flashcards for colors. I got flashcards for words. So it had the whole alphabet, but they don't have a word underneath it. So as we go into the letter, I would speak to them what word was underneath it too. So they knew what that first letter of that word meant and how to associate it with it. So as we went throughout the day, I also used, apple, and I would say as apple and things like that. I know I'm saying things that y'all parents already do, but there's a lot of children out here that doesn't know how to read, and this is what you're going to have to bring it back to. You have to bring it back to elementary and really school them from scratch and work their way up to see where their holes are, to see where you need to fill things in at. And so the next thing besides sound is that I started to do 3-letter words. So cat, bat, things like that, dog. I would make sure that my child knew 3-letter words. So that was pretty easy because a lot of the flashcards had that also. And colors was pretty easy too. We would leave the letters alone and then we'd go into colors, and I would teach my child about each color. And, that was pretty easy on the flashcards and do that. And I literally did that every day. I would set time every day after work, have my child, and we would do this little play thing before dinner. And when it came into 4-letter words, now the 4-letter words is when I didn't know what to do. I'm not a teacher. So about that time, he was 4. He already was reading his colors and everything. And he actually was 3 going into 4 in pre-K daycare. He wasn't able to get into pre-K. We do a lottery here, and I signed him up for it, but he almost wasn't in it, and I ended up checking up on it, and they said they counted another person twice, so he was able to get in when I no longer could use that daycare. So luckily, because I was very adamant about any person that watched him to make sure that they did the flashcards with them. And I don't know if any of the other babysitters really did. I don't think they did, but I made sure I did when I picked them up. But I knew at this daycare they did. This is straight out of pocket. I paid like $130 each week, and the lady was very nice. She made sure to have these teachers for his class grade to learn reading or 4-letter words. And what that teacher was doing, because I ended up asking her, like, I didn't know how to. I did teach him some 4-letter words, but it was some words I didn't know how to fully get him to grasp or teach him how to read further. And all it was blending. It was blending words. And I meant to look it up on Google before I got recording, y'all. I apologize. Let me see if I can look it up very quickly, and I will have it for you guys now. So I typed in blended words for pre-K, and they have some at Amazon, some flashcards. They're all like 4-letter words, 5-letter words. Of course, it's rolled out of my, okay. See, this is really good to expand their reading together, and like broke the words up, like blend, like END, C with 2 E's, like it goes E, things like that. And I was trying to find where they broke it down like that so you could easily go in and help your child yourself, teach them. And see, I never had to do this part because he was in pre-K and they were doing it for me. But even after that, I again still went with my child, brought him home, and we still did our lessons. And, it will probably be like 30 minutes to an hour where I'll spend time with him separately and continue to teach him what I was teaching him. I also taught him math. I will show you a video of how I did that for him. Now listen, I am very tired in this video. I have been teaching my son math, subtraction, shapes, colors, subtraction, addition for the past 4 years, and I am very tired in this video. I remember when people would ask me, what are you doing after work? I'm like, I'm going to my second job. And they'd be like, where you work at? Oh, I'm a parent. No benefits, no extra money, no money by the fact. But, I took my parenting seriously. So, yeah, that's what I did. It's after work every day. I would do these lessons with my baby.
12 plus 5. So I put 5 up. Now what is after 12? I know. Ooh, 13. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
That's right.
8 plus 5. So I put 5 up. Now what is after 8? I know 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's right.
9 plus 2. 2 up. Now what is after 9? 10, 10, 11, 11.
That's right.
8 plus 2. So I put 2 up. Now what is after 8? 9. So 9, 10. So my answer is 10.
That's right.
11 plus 2. So I put 2 up. Now what is after 11? Oops. Oopsie daisy.
Go.
11. I know. 11 is 12. 12, 13.
I believe that's correct. 4 years old doing his addition. That's how I taught him to add.
I am really smart today.
Today. It's only addition. Now with subtraction, I just did the opposite. So I had flashcards, again, all at Dollar Tree. I had flashcards that I was telling them to put up 5, and then I'll go 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So they know how to get the answer. And during Christmas and things like that for gifts, I told everyone to buy them educational books, like, because everything that he wouldn't really play with the toys that much, spend buying all these toys and things like that. He wouldn't even play with them. So I did pull up some of the things that he got. Like, here's one of the cards that I have, like right here. Then it came with little bitty letters. They have little letters that came with them, and all they do is like they place the letters right here. And I use like incentives, or like I'll give you candy if you get 5 cards right. So there's cat here, there's box, and I think these were at Dollar Tree too. As you can see, they were $1. They possibly came from Family Dollar. They look like they came from Family Dollar, but look at Dollar General too. Like, it doesn't look like Dollar Tree labels, but got bug, things like that. Just 3-letter words. And my mom found puzzle pieces. They had to be thrifted because they don't have these anymore, which they worked very well with my son. I have a video for that here.
Cheese.
Oh Lord, cheese.
Cheese.
What shape is that?
A rectangle.
Yes, it is. What about the others?
A square.
Yeah, that's a square.
It's
What's
a
that?
diamond.
Yeah.
It's a diamond.
No, it's not. It's an octagon.
It's an oval.
Yes, that's an oval.
It's a circle.
Yes, it is. Good job.
It's a diamond. It's a diamond.
No.
It's a circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a diamond.
No, it's an octagon.
Is that one?
You know that's not it.
Is that one?
The stop sign.
Oh, okay. It's a diamond. It's a diamond. What's a twinkle?
I don't know.
Got to find the trick.
You
And
lost
it's a
it.
twinkle.
You lost the pizza. Piece.
I want pizzas.
Look how you sweet.
Oh no. I find it.
So it really blew me that we had to go through such lengths to find those wooden pieces in order for our child to learn. And some of the pieces are missing. So she couldn't even find a full set. And when it came to things like that, they were very expensive anyway. If there was any, they would be at Toys R Us. But Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore. And I have seen some, like in Amazon and things like that. A lot of times they're very expensive. But most of the time I didn't find them. So if you're able to find them now, that is wonderful. Because in 2012, they were very hard to find around that time. I don't know if they just thought it wasn't useful, but why people always want to replace or tear things up that was never broken. And this is something new that even my child told me when I was pulling it out of his closet. He said it worked very well. These are puzzle pieces. My mom found this. I don't know where she found it from. But there were a whole bunch of puzzle pieces. They only had one letter. And when you put them together with the puzzle pieces, it made up a word. As you guys can see on the box, it has a cow right here. So you can see it has a separate letter for each one. And once they put it together, it makes a word. So, and then these had like 4-letter words, and blanket. They had a lot more longer words. So this was very helpful too for him to play with because he actually did like puzzles. So these little wood thick pieces were very helpful. Now, when your child you're teaching them flashcards, one of the things I've noticed that parents will do is that they will sit up here and allow them to chew and eat on the dang card. The reason why I feel like y'all would continue to let that happen because y'all would give y'all cell phones. I never give my child a cell phone. It's so weird. Like, I've seen parents blame the child for having a cell phone. We're the one that allowed to give it to them or gave it to them in the first place. And that's a very expensive device, and you got it torn up because they drooled all over it, but you try to blame the baby when you're the adult situation. I digress. But do not let the child eat on the flashcards. He tried to, at the cards that I did have, he got a hold of them. He started drooling and stuff like that because he was so intense on wanting to hold them in his hand, and he was going through them at first. But then, of course, baby tendencies started doing too much with them and wanted to play with them. And children, like for the longest, they always want to put things in their mouth. So I had to keep those away. I put them in the drawer at the top. So whenever we played with them, I would bring them out. He was not to touch them. They were only for when mommy wanted to play, flashcards with him. So I just want to say that leave all the educational stuff. If you know that they are keeping it in their mouth and they turn it up, put it away only for you to monitor them to play with them. But the other things I didn't have to worry about that. But certain things I did, even with books, like I had to have certain books to not be only be monitored when he actually read those books because he still wanted to tear them up. And boys are very rambunctious and rough with things, especially the men in my family. So it is what it is. But yes, I think I got everything down. It shouldn't be a very long video. It took long for me to get this out because I really wanted to find all the archive videos that showed it, because I know I purposely recorded him, reading. I remember put him in my lap and I would follow the words and I would read to him every night. And then I started to have him start reading and I would help him along until he was able to read on his own. And I was able to show you guys a video of him reading, but at 4.
Actually, I did not. So here it is.
in his bedtime storybook at 4 years old on 9/28/2016. Go ahead.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray, dear Lord, your ways I'll seek. Keep me safe all through the night, and wake me with the morning light. Jesus, bless me every day. Help me love you. This I pray. As I live me whole my whole life through. Teach me how to follow you. The end.
Good job.
Yay! I did it.
And I've written down to make sure to let you guys know to get, and also Spanish flashcards too. I was really thinking about teaching my child Spanish, but that means I'll have to get back my Spanish together. Took too long for me to get it together. I was already doing a lot. It was close though, but if you don't practice it, you're not going to keep it. So, and I want to give you guys a couple of pointers. So, like I guys told you, you have to use their personality to their advantage. For example, my child really likes to be challenged to the point where it looked like a bad thing for the longest because he was challenged about everything. I'm going to be the first one to get to the Walmart store. I'm not racing you. He was always, that's the word, competitive. He was always competitive for no dang reason. Still is. And I'm just like, no, you're not going to get a prize or anything for this. You don't care. It's competitive, period. So I really don't have to do much when it comes to his education because he challenges himself on his own because he's already naturally competitive. And when he was younger, I used that to my advantage for him to push himself. So another thing that is within his personality is that he catches on quickly. But, there's a con to that also. So I just told you guys that he's competitive. But he's a sore loser and winner. Like, both. I don't know how to describe it, but he's both. Of course, he's gotten better as he matured, but yeah. Also, because he catches on quickly, he may lose the material that I first taught him. And this is a building block. When you're reading or you're doing math, you got to remember your foundation so that you can pull that to continue to learn more and get more in depth in your reading and in your math. So I had to make sure to recap certain things and make sure that the information was retained. So make sure your child is retaining the information. And don't be upset if they don't remember something. Maybe there's something you guys missed that you didn't do to make sure that they learned the information. Look at yourself first before you start getting on your child, okay? Use incentives, candy. Don't use food for like dinner and stuff like that. That's abuse. If it's time for dinner, be like, hey, we got to get this ready before dinner. So if you don't hurry up, you won't be able to get dessert or candy or something like that. So use it in that way. Make sure they brush their teeth, of course, afterwards. I definitely always did that. Nobody want to pay for that dentist bill. That's it. Every child is different. I'm just telling you the things that I did. But just pay attention to your child's personality and their behavior and be able to fill in the holes as they go and try your best to be patient. And if you're just not a good teacher and you don't have the patience, it's okay. I understand. Not everybody has the ability to teach. I would prefer to teach adults. I don't have the patience for children. So the only patience I got is for my own, when it comes to something like that. But I am able to look at a child and see what can better assist them if I had a one-on-one. But, that's not my passion. I just had a passion to make sure my child had a head start where he needed to. And ever since then, he has never not had A's and B's. Just this past year, he had straight A's. And he normally has straight A's. It's his norm. That is it. I want to make sure that I got all the information out. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. I hope this was informative and that it helped you. It was nothing real complex. It was pretty simple. I just try to make sure my child was engaged. I wish that I could have showed you more videos that I know that I have, but I could not find. I looked in all my hard drives. I am going off topic. I hope you guys enjoyed this last video. Just a little bonus video. My little man. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you become part of the Q crew. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, you're beautifully, wonderfully made. only you can make that change. I see you guys on the next video. Do that.
Thank
2 years old and able to get up the steps by himself.
you. Cheese. Cheese.
Okay, keep on going.
Stop going.
Yeah, go to the slides.
Good one.
You want to take this one? Okay.
This one, yeah.
Watch your step.
I'm sorry, I got it.
Go ahead and go to the big slide.
Get the flight.
Yeah, you cannot reach this. Go back up there.
No, what up there?
You can't do anything down here.
Oh no, the one down here. What's down here? What's down here?
You can't do that either. That's too big for you.
Thank you. Place. What's down here?
Ah, I see ya.
Good place. Whee! Whee!
Good job. Such a big boy.
What's the fight? Come on.
We have the jungle gym to ourselves.
2, 1, 2, 3, cheese.